Hello everyone, I'm Luthier and we're playing Watcher of Realms. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to clear Gear Rate 2, Stage 19. The strategy that I'll be showing you today will also work for Stage 20 as well as Stage 21 because the boss mechanics will be the same. The reason why Stage 19 is much more difficult in comparison to Stage 18 is because the boss will have a new skill mechanic which is known as the Golem Shriek. The primitive golem lets out a jarring shriek, dealing damage equal to 150% of their max HP to all enemies. This one deals a lot of damage. So there's a workaround to prevent the boss from dealing this damage is using the Volka strategy. Basically, you need to deploy and undeploy your heroes before they get this golem shriek attack, because it basically annihilates your entire heroes. So by undeploying your heroes before the boss performs the golem shriek, right, you can recover 50% of the cost back, and then you can use that save cost to redeploy your heroes for the subsequent phases of the Golem Shriek. And the reason why I'm not able to clear stage 21 is because my defender hero for the last boss stage, when the boss is moving to the blue portal, he wasn't able to tank the damage, but I managed to clear all of the enemies there. So for stage 21, I need to make my defender even stronger. But yeah, so let me show you how I clear stage 19. So I have already disabled the power of dominance to simulate this as like a first run, to also avoid getting this bonus all stats 30% here. So these are the heroes that I'll be showcasing today. So the first team will be the first team is basically a mix of heroes. Doesn't have any Lord hero here. You need to have a very strong damage dealer. For me, I'm using Vierna. You can also use other heroes in the game. If you head over to the recommended heroes guide here, you can check out the popular heroes. There's like Vierna, there's Hatsut, there's Kamet. So these are the popular damage dealer heroes that can quickly wipe out the entire enemies. Okay, and then if you do not have those heroes, you can also check out the guide to see what other heroes they have. You can also check out the recommended lineup here as well to see what's their clearance time as well as what heroes they use. And then once you have at least one strong damage dealer to clear out those enemies, you can also have Dolores. Dolores is there to boost up your main damage dealer. In case if your main damage dealer attack stats is low, you can use Dolores to boost up his or her attack stats. And then you need to have at least 2 invincible heroes, the heroes that can withstand attacks once they get the fatal damage. So I have Decimus here as well as Baron. Both of these heroes skills are maxed out, especially for their passive abilities. This one is really important. You need to have Decimus Defiance passive ability to be fully maxed out to benefit from this 8-second duration. This is a requirement. You can use those rare skill crystals. And for Baron, I highly recommend you to get this passive skill Immortal Wrath to be fully maxed out. So he will be able to stay alive 8 seconds to sync the timing between Decimus as well as Baron. And then our MVP hero here, Volka, although she does not appear in the battlefield, she's there for her awakening. So her awakening one, right, allows you to reduce the revival time of her allies by 25%, which means that it's around about 15 seconds of the revival time is being reduced, because most of the heroes revive is in 1 minute or 60 seconds. And in order to get this awakened one, you can clear the Tide faction. What I mean by the Tide is basically if you head over to the raid dungeon section here, click on the Tide, then you just need to clear wave 105. So if I were to scroll up here, wave 105, you can see that it rewards you with this Volka Soul Stone. What this Volka Soul Stone means is basically it's used to awaken a specific hero, which is Volka. So in order for this strategy to work, you need to have Volka by completing the storyline quest, but mine is already completed, and then also complete that Tide with 105. Alright, so for our second team, right, I'll be using Isolde because Isolde provides a unique Lord skill. Periodically grants all faction allies a shield equal to 20% of their max HP for 20 seconds. The more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect. So basically, right, the more allies you have, the faster it can replenish the shield. And it also provides this 10% allies basic attributes. Then I also bring in Olague to pair up with Isolde to block the blue portal entrance. So you need 2 unyielding heroes or invisible heroes and 2 regular heroes here. Oh, I think I remember I used Volka to just tank the roller boulders. And then you need to have at least 1 healer. I'm using Vortex for this scenario because Vortex is also within the same Lord faction here. So you can also benefit from replenishing the shield quickly. And then I have also Marri, which is also the same faction as Isolde. And the best part, the reason why I have her here is because she provides slow to slow down the enemies from going to the portal. And the most important one is to have this blizzard to freeze the enemies so that they do not kill up all your defender heroes. And last but not least, I have Liam. You can use any poison damage dealers here on your team. You can use Liam, you can use Cube, you can use Cutter. The reason why I'm using Liam here is because he can apply poison through his Titan ultimate ability. If you do not have Liam, you can use Cube, you can purchase him from the shop, or you can use Cutter. Cutter is also purchasable from the shop. All of these heroes apply poison. Basically, poison deals a lot of damage, a consistent damage to the boss in case if you don't have any strong heroes to take down the boss quickly once the boss is at the last wave. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so at the start of the battle, I will deploy Vierna as well as Dolores in the center of the map so that my Vierna will be able to nuke down those 2 enemies that will be appearing from the left red portal on the screen. However, my Vierna's ultimate is not ready, so I need to buy her some time by using Decimus to block the first enemy from to prevent him from going to the blue portal. And then I'll activate Dolores' ultimate to boost up Vierna's attack stats so that her ultimate will deal massive amount of damage. And once that one's done, you can also undeploy all of your heroes now. Do remember to undeploy Decimus first because his unyielding state will only last 8 seconds. And now for the second phase of this boss wave, the boss will let out this Golem Shriek, will nuke out all of your heroes if they are on the battlefield, so you need to undeploy them first. And then the boss will perform the Earth Shake. There's 2 shockwave, so that's the first shockwave. The second shockwave, once the second shockwave is done, then you deploy Decimus to block that rolling boulder. So once the second rolling boulder hits Decimus, you can see that the red HP bar appears, then you can quickly undeploy Decimus before his unyielding state expires so that you can recover 50% of the cost back. And now you need to wait for the rolling boulder to become the rolling mode and only then you deploy your defender hero so that they will suicide themselves. And then you must always place your tankiest hero on the battlefield, which is for me is Vortex, so that he will take those attacks from the ranged attackers. And now I have deployed Marri to slow down the enemies so that I do not need to deploy 2 defenders to block the blue portal. And also undeploy Vortex after those ranged attackers throw 3 stones on your heroes. As usual, you need to activate Dolores' ultimate before Vierna's so that she can deal massive amount of damage. And now we just need to wait for the third phase, the second Golem Shriek here. So for the second phase here, right? Or is it the third phase? Yeah. So for the third phase, you just deploy those invisible heroes like Decimus as well as Baron on this battlefield. So undeploy them once they manage to block the second boulder. You need to do this really fast to recover the cost back, otherwise they will just get killed by the enemies once their unyielding state expires. So I'm just waiting for the red HP bar to appear. Once that one appears, only then I undeploy them. And once this one is done, right, I'll need to wait for these rolling boulders to become into their rolling state. Only then I deploy your defender heroes here. Otherwise, right, they will be in attack form. So you can deploy like Olague here as well as Volka. My Volka is not that tanky, that's why she gets killed. And now I deploy Vortex. In order to get Vortex really early summon, you need to undeploy him really early from the previous phase. Next is you need to deploy Marri first to slow down those 2 pharaohs with the large sword, and then deploy your Vierna as well as Dolores here. The key here is to slow down the enemies, and this is the phase where you need to use Marri's AoE freeze to slow them down. So I've already deployed Decimus here, and then activate Dolores' ultimate to get ready for Vierna's ultimate attack. So once the boulder guy throws the last stone there, undeploy your Vortex before he gets killed, in case your Vortex is not strong enough, and then triggers Marri's ultimate to freeze them down, and then trigger Vierna's ultimate, and then you can undeploy all your defender first, followed by Marri, then Dolores, and then Vierna. Make sure all of them get killed first before you undeploy Vierna. This one is really a close one. You need to have the Spirit Horn on your Dolores, otherwise she will not make it. And then for this, I think the last phase, you need to wait for the boss to slam his hands on the ground. Once that one's done, then deploy those two heroes again, the same one, Decimus as well as Olague. And as usual, wait for the second rolling boulder to hit and have the HP bar appear, then undeploy those two heroes again. I'm just waiting for the right time for them to undeploy. And once you undeploy Decimus as well as Olague, you can deploy like Isolde as well as Volka to knock down this suicide rolling boulders here. You, as usual, need to make sure that they are in the rolling phase, as you can see now. Then I just deploy Isolde as well as Volka. Okay, now the boss is on the move. Now we can undeploy Isolde and then put in Decimus here. Decimus is you need to the reason why I deployed Decimus here is because the boss will be performing a lot of AoE attacks here. So you do not want any heroes on the battlefield right now. So once the boss performs his swing right before he attacks Decimus with his punch, undeploy him now because his unyielding state will be expiring soon. So once the boss changes it to red mode, like this AoE attack, then once he flashes the yellow light, then you can deploy your defender here. So he wouldn't be performing any AoE attack moving forward. And you can bring in any strong damage, single target damage nuker. I highly recommend to get Liam if you don't have many good gears, because poison will deal a lot of damage to this enemy that has massive amount of HP. Like if you do not have Silas that can ignore the enemy's defense, or any heroes that can ignore defense, then you can use poison heroes or bleed heroes like Salazar. But this one is the free-to-play version on how to take down the boss quickly, especially when you do not have high attack stats on your hero. You just need to make sure that your tanker like Olague must be able to sustain those attacks, because the boss now is hitting like 40 to 50,000 damage. And having that Isolde shield, right, as well as Olague's shield, it helps to allow Olague to survive even longer. And yeah, so as usual, if you want to use your attacker, always trigger Dolores' ultimate followed by Vierna's attack. As you can see, right, Liam's poison damage is taking 25,000 damage per second there. That's a lot of damage. So there you have it, a very simple strategy, but it's quite lots of things going on. You need to undeploy as well as deploy heroes quickly to avoid those Golem Shriek. So let's check out the battle report here. So from the stats here, you can see my main damage dealer, Vierna, is dealing 10 million damage, followed by Liam at close to 1 million damage. Alright, so let me show you how I built all of these heroes so you can replicate this on your account, on what other stats to focus. Alright, so let's quickly go over each of these heroes to see what are the stats and gears that they are using. Let's start off with Vierna. So these are Vierna's stats. You do not need to have like 14,000 attack, because this one is a lot much higher than for gear rate to stage 19. This one is mainly for stage 21. I was testing out her in the stage 21 there. And these are her stats. Let's quickly go through the gears so that you want to prioritize on attack, bonus, critical rate, critical damage for these gears. This I'm using critical rate bangle, attack bonus amulet, and then attack bonus ring. You do not need to build any attack speed on Vierna because her skills does not scale with attack speed bonuses. It does not affect the basic attack. But this one is only like a specific use case. Basically, Vierna does not benefit from it. Her skills are not really maxed out, but the most important part is to get this damage boost up as well as the execution threshold. And then for her awakening, she doesn't have any awakening at all. If you do right, then she'll be able to apply this magic resistance reduction, but it's not necessary here. And she's using this Ajax Rage to improve her critical damage by 32% whenever she performs a critical hit. Next on the list will be Dolores. Dolores plays an important role in improving your main damage dealer's attack stats. So these are her gears. So basically I'm gearing her in this invigoration set that allows her to provide 10% attack to one random ally in a range. So you want to deploy your Vierna first before deploying Dolores so that Vierna will be able to benefit from this 10% attack. You must not put Dolores within range of other heroes, otherwise your Vierna will not be able to benefit from this invigoration set. So basically the stats that you want to prioritize on Dolores will be attack, so that she'll be able to boost up her allies within the range. Basically she uses this graceful dancing ultimate, applies 40% inspiration. What this means is basically she shares 40% of her attack stats, Dolores attack stats, to all of her allies there. Okay, and then let's quickly go through the gears. So this is the weapon. As you can see, I'm prioritizing on attack bonus as well as some flashless attack. Healing effect and HP bonus is a plus to improve the healing from her AoE attack. I'm using flashless attack because I could not get any attack bonus invigoration set here. So this will be the substitute. So flashless attack and some attack bonus. Attack speed will be helpful in, providing a more frequent AoE healing. So this is the flashless attack amulet and attack bonus ring. So that's basically it. And then for skills, it's all maxed out. She has this 5th awakening. This one does not really matter. For 4th one, it just provides additional 5% attack. This will enhance the healing multiplier, and yeah. But the 5th awakening is not really required, because this one is like a 80% chance. It's not so guaranteed. But the most important thing is getting this Spirit Horn on Dolores. This one increases the inertia range by 25% when deployed, so that she can quickly cast her ultimate, followed by Vierna's ultimate on the 3rd phase of the boss wave. And once you upgrade this to like level 3, this one will be increasing the initial range by 40%, which will be even faster. Okay, that's for our 2nd hero. The 3rd hero will be Decimus. He's a rare hero that everyone can get. The gears does not really matter on him. The most important part of his skills is this one, Defiance passive ability. You need to use this what's this called? Rare skill crystals to max out this Defiance passive. I was quite lucky that all of the rare skill crystals all went into this Defiance rather than Gladiator Fever here. But once you play this game long enough, right, you get tons of rare skill crystals from the type. So yeah, get this one maxed out. He doesn't have any awakening, and he does not need to use any artifact at all. This one is not necessary. You can use him as it is. You do not need him to be promoted as well. 4th hero on the list will be Baron. He shares the similar mechanics like Decimus. You don't need him to be like level 60 at all. The most important part is his skills. His Immortal Wrath passive ability. You need to have this skill maxed out to benefit from this 8 seconds unyielding state, so that he can sync the timing with Decimus. He has 1st awakening. Basically increases his attack and defense, but this one is not necessary. I'm just using him as like a hero to slow down the rolling boulders, and he's just using this artifact. Doesn't really matter. The 5th hero here will be Volka. So Volka is basically there for her awakening. Basically her 1st awakening is really important to reduce the revival time by 25%, which basically means 15% seconds reduction in the revival time, because the revival time of all heroes, right, will be 60 seconds by default. She's currently gearing in this invigoration set. Basically, I'm using her for my guild boss. So this one is not necessary for the Gear Rate 2 stage 19 boss battle or those stages. I'm just using her as like a somewhat as like a mid shield to prevent enemies from going to the blue portal. So these are her stats. Not that great. I'll be further improving her for my guild boss. I think, yeah, I just basically use her as a attack booster there. Her skills are not really maxed out. Most important thing is to get the first awakening, and artifact doesn't really matter here. Alright, so moving on to the second team, which is the North Throne team. I'll start off with Isolde. So Isolde, wow, Isolde gears is not really maxed out. So basically you want to prioritize on HP and defense on her. You just want her to be tanky. So these are her total stats here. Around about close to 68,000 HP, 5,290 defense. You just want to prioritize on HP and defense, nothing else. But if you're using her in other places, right, then you can get her even better than this. Then it's HP bonus bangle, HP bonus ring. Her skills are not even maxed out yet. Yep. And she has the first awakening. Basically this one I fuse her, I think. Is it fuse her? Don't remember how I got her already. But I think I summoned one copy of her. Then she's using this Olague's Wall artifact. Basically increases the block and increases the physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction by 4% for every block units. Then Olague is the main defender here to block the boss from going to the portal. So these are his stats. I highly recommend you to get this Guardian set because it reduces the damage taken by 15%. This one is really important. And then, yeah, so let's see the total stats here. He has around about 83,000 health, 5,200 defense. Yeah, you want to prioritize on the HP and defense stats. Let's quickly go through gears. So this is the weapon, armor, HP bonus bangle, HP bonus amulet, and HP bonus ring. The reason why I prioritize mainly on HP is because he has a passive skill, right, that generates a shield based on his HP. So every 12 seconds, right, he'll be able to create a shield 85% of his max HP, which is really powerful. He has the second awakening that grants him 100 defense and increases his shield strength by 10%. If you're able to awaken him even further, he will benefit from additional 1,200 HP and have this 5% all damage reduction, and also improving his ultimate ability will grant physical damage reduction of the same duration to adjacent allies. And he's using this Goddess Grace mythic artifact that increases his defense by 10% and 3% defense bonus for every 10 seconds, up to 3 stacks. That is around 119. So I think I need to make him even more tanky for the stage 21 of Gear Rate 2 by improving this artifact here. If you promote it, right, you improve the defense by 11 and not that much also. Still the same. Alright, so that's basically it for Olague. And now moving on to our main healer here, Vortex. So Vortex is geared with these stats for 2,000 health, 1,344 defense, 1.9 second attack interval to quickly heal up your allies, for the 7 healing effect, and 33% rage regeneration. So you want to prioritize on HP because his skill is based on HP bonus, HP based healing, and some defense. Flash defense will really help because he has a very low defense based stats. So these are the stats for the weapon, armor, HP bonus bangle, HP bonus amulet, and HP bonus ring. I make him a ton more tanky because this one is required for the surviving the stage 21. His skills are all maxed out. Basically we want to improve his healing multiplier. He doesn't even have time to cast his moisture. And he's using this Elysian Folios. Increases healing effect by 4% for every 1 ally units present in the range, taking up to 4 times. Let me see if he can benefit from that. Okay. I think Vortex will not be able to benefit from the Spirit Horn because he doesn't have any initial reach to help him quickly cast the ultimate. And then we have Marri here. Marri plays a very important role in freezing the enemies. So I'm using this Nightmare Samsara legendary artifact. This one is really important. You need to have this to regenerate her rage quickly to cast that ultimate freeze. Restores 5% rage for every 5 attacks. So if you want her to restore the rage quickly, you need to build her with really high attack speed. So these are the total stats. I prioritize on like 400, close to above 400 attack speed. 86.5% rage regeneration. So the more attack she does, right, the more rage she can get. Then I prioritize on these two. HP and defense doesn't really matter because the enemies will not be attacking her. You will always attack the first enemy the first hero that you deploy on the platform, which is a Vortex. Okay, so this is a weapon. I prioritize on attack speed. For the armor, just some random stats here. This one is a HP bonus bangle with some rage regeneration and attack speed. Attack speed amulet with some rage regeneration. And then rage regeneration ring that doesn't have any attack speed. So this one is the stats here. Her skills are fully maxed out to improve the blizzard duration and freezing duration by 1 second. She has the third awakening that increases the blizzard duration by 1 second more. And then she's using this Nightmare Samsara artifact. And last but not least, we have Liam. Basically, I'm using Liam from early to mid game, but he still has some usage for gear rate stages like gear rate 2, in case if you don't have any strong damage dealers. Okay, so these are his total stats. Basically, he's a poison damage dealer, right? Most of his damage comes from poison, so you want to build him with high rage regeneration and attack speed, something similar to Marri. So these are the total stats here, as you can see. With 500 attack speed, right, it basically reduces the attack interval by 50%, which is 1 second here. You don't need more attack speed. Then 100% rage regeneration. So each time he hits, right, he can recover twice the rage. So this is the weapon. I prioritize on the attack speed. I'm using the whirlwind set to get another 75 attack speed here. So this is the attack bonus bangle with some rage regeneration and attack speed. Attack speed amulet with some rage regeneration. And last but not least, rage regeneration ring with some attack speed here. So that basically sums up my hero build for these two teams, Team A and Team B. Alright, so that's the end of my video covering the Volka strategy to avoid those Golem Shriek attacks so that you can recover that cost and redeploy your heroes quickly. If you have any questions regarding on this strategy, you can comment down under this video and I'll answer them as soon as possible. And if you found this video helpful, you can share this with your friend as well as giving this video a thumbs up so that I know that this video helps you in clearing those gear rate 2 stages. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, you can click on the subscribe button as well as ringing the notification bell to stay up to date whenever I upload a new video on this channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!